Swiftly entering the South African market to cause more terror in the entry-level hatch brigade, the third-generation Suzuki Swift, a better Formioli than the second-generation Nooli, however you pronounce that.
Baby.
Check it out! The all-new Suzuki Swift on the new hardtech platform and sharper styling. Hardtech because it gives the other cars in the competition some heartache because it's a good chassis. Don't know where that joke is going. What we have here is the 1.2 GL, which is, at least for now, the top of the range Swift. 61 kilowatts and a featherweight 855 kilograms curb weight, along with the 4 out of 5 star Euro NCAP rating. While the car is 10mm shorter from front to back, you do get better legroom in the rear and a bigger boot. I like to put emphasis on this boot compared to the previous Swift. Starting from 169,000 rands, this makes the competition sweat a little. Man, right off the bat, the third gen Swift improved on what was already good from the second gen and didn't screw up the formula while doing it. I'm adoring Suzuki's approach to lighter vehicles because they are so much fun as a result. I mean, I said it with the Ignis and the new Swift is no exception. With a 70 kilowatt per ton power to weight ratio, the 61 kilowatts from the Swift's 1.2 VVT mill doesn't need a strangling to get it up and going. This car pulls off well and it does not complain as a result. Suzuki really did their homework in the suspension department too. I mean, fine, the tires are like Oreos, but don't let that deceive you. Even on bad roads and bumps, the Swift glides along them without any complaints. And the brakes are pretty decent too, with confidence pedal response. Driving the new Swift also is an easy affair. The clutch is light like the Ignis, along with a smooth gear throw. The steering is light but has decent feedback with less body roll than it actually looks. This car definitely has some character to how it drives, and it does so in stride. It turns in with the poise of a landing swallow, and I quite like this because this is more on the budget end of the spectrum, and it doesn't mean that it should not be fun. The new Swift breaks that notion that cheap cars cannot be fun. It's a fun car to drive and it feels safe to boot, and it is safe on top of that. The build quality of the new Swift hasn't faltered either. No random rattles, the buttons and dials feel solid, and the quality of the materials compared to the second gen Swift do feel softer in terms of touch, although it's still hard plastic. However, it doesn't feel like those plastics will scratch easily, and get this, we finally get an aux port for the radio. We can finally plug in our beats and blast it. Big up yourself there, Suzuki. And dude, I love the seats in the new generation of Swift. For an entry-level hatch, they hug quite nicely and they feel comfortable, especially in the lumbar areas. Not only that, the driving position is also sweet as a result. Also, that D-shaped steering wheel is a nice addition to the package. It makes it feel all the more sportier. The boot is finally bigger at 260 liters with 60/40 rear split seats. You can tell Suzuki really worked and seduced the dimensions of the new Swift. And overall, the interior quality is what I would expect from a hatch in this price range, if not more. However, we should get honest for a second. Look man, there's a lot to love about the new Swift. However, it bothers me that for the South African market, we got the lowest amount of servings when it came to the range options. I mean, check out the European market and you'll see what you can get with the new Swift. The 1.2 GA model, which is the lowest of the range here in South Africa, is what you'd expect to see with fleet and rental companies. It's pretty bare bones, but it maintains the fun qualities of the Swift drive. The 1.2 GL is meant to be the star child Swift, and that shines for the South African market. But you don't even get alloy wheels as standard, and that is just a damn shame, man. Other missed features include cruise controls, xenon projectors, auto air conditioning, and even more options for body dressings. I do quite like the body dressings. In the UK, on the other hand, you get the almighty booster jet 1.0 turbo engine, with more styling accessories and even more creature comforts like cruise control as mentioned. It would have been awesome to have more choice with the South African market Swift, and although it would have driven up the price to the territories of the new Nissan Micra and VW Polo territory, considering what would be on offer if the South African market got that sort of kit, then the new Swift doesn't really need to be questioned against the other competitors because it would be good kit that justifies its price point. So I feel we kind of missed out in that aspect. Suzuki is really trying to push forward in the South African market, and I like their approach, what with buns and seats and the latter. That's the best way in my eyes to get the public into a newish brand, because for cars like your Polos and what have you, they already have the rapport. Plus, I feel the SA car market needs more cars with character, and the all-new Swift is just that. Make motoring fun essentially, and not have it drive be a tedious commute. And although I find the new Swift styling to be sharper and more appealing, the public I feel will say that the styling is still quite soft. One thing I've noticed speaking to people is that many don't feel Suzuki's design language, however I feel it personally. One way to change that, however, is to have more visual accessories and options like I mentioned, and those are overseas but they're not here. If the modding community in SA does get a hold of this car more, then I feel it'll have more of an impact on people in that respect. The new Swift actually does look quite good with a set of wheels I scheme, but please don't stance it. Just don't. Alright, let's wrap this up. The new Suzuki Swift is a breath of fresh air, and it's a damn good vehicle. Suzuki South Africa's marketing as well as friendly dealerships are some of the best I've seen thus far. And also, I would like to express a strong thank you to the Bramley dealership, because if it wasn't for them, this video would not have been possible. So go on, Suzuki Bramley, big up yourselves now. Now, if you want an entry-level hatchback, I'd say look at the 1.2 GL. And not only that, Suzuki has introduced a scheme for graduate finance, so take a look at that too if you're fresh off the varsity boat, such as myself. Now, should you drive this car or let it drive off? And I would say you'd be a fool to let this Swift go swiftly into the night. You should go and check out this car. It's a damn good vehicle and it deserves your attention. You guys should really look at the Swift. I really do love this car. Anyways guys, it's TayeedzSA here with another Driven Thoughts out, and yes, these have taken quite long to come out, but I'm going to be releasing them a bit slowly and as I get done with them. I'm not going to try and rush these. But anyways, I'll check you guys next time and see you in the next episode. Actually, I should have said that's all she wrote. That's what I usually say. Anyways, I said what came to mind. Oh man.